Angeline, thank you so much for coming and being willing to share some of your story with me and with people who might be watching this at some point. And I'd love if you would like to just tell a little bit of your story. You've been working with us here for a number of years, and I'd love for you to just share what you feel like has been significant aspects or unique aspects of the healing process in working with Dr. Berry and I here over the years.
Sure. Dr. Deborah, first of all, thank you so much for asking me to speak. I feel entirely inspired. This has not only been a pivotal process in my life, it has been a path of transformation. One of the major components of this transformation that I've undergone has really been about present living. This technique that I've been working with here with you all has allowed me to live in my body. And that means that I start paying attention to things that I never realized before. And as I started to live in my body and live in the present moment, I started getting insight and understanding into my mind, into my illness, which really just set me up for success wherever I went. I knew what I needed and when I needed it, and I didn't know that before. All of these signals that were coming in and from me and in my external environment, I had been ignoring. When to get up and stretch, when to take a bathroom break, when I needed to drink. All of that was shut off so that I could survive in this fight or flight response. And it was a vicious cycle, because the longer I lived in this sort of, anxious state, the less I was able to self-recover from this illness. So once I started having that fight or flight response turned off with this technique, I noticed that my pain level dropped immensely. And as my pain dropped, I started integrating all these different areas of my life. And I noticed that I was having a sense of well-being wherever I went. I was shy and intimidated by medical professionals before I came to see you. I had had so many bad experiences, and all of a sudden now I've become confident, happy. I live in the present moment. But most importantly, I believe that this technique has really allowed me to integrate the mind-body connection. I spent so many years in the hard sciences as a pre-med student. I was uncertain how, touching these pressure points and stimulating the nervous system was going to really bring about huge change.
Right.
We don't think that these small things can bring about huge changes, and yet it was the beginning of something miraculous in my life, for which I will forever remain grateful for, not just because of this physical transformation that I've undergone, removing obstacles and hurdles right out of my way, but integrating my mind and body so that it addresses the underlying condition. I had many years of chiropractic care for which I will always be grateful, especially because I've had some degenerative disc disease and arthritis. It was all very helpful, and yet it never fully took care of this underlying condition, which was stress. If I go several weeks without an adjustment, my stress levels start to build. I noticed that for the first couple years. I would go a week or two and I'd get on the phone, I'd say, Dr. Deborah, I have to come see you. It's been too long. And now that I have been seasoned in this technique and this lifestyle and this shift in paradigm towards the rest and relaxation response, I can maintain myself between visits, and I can really become the woman who I'm meant to be and really just self-adjust and auto-correct. I'm no longer so dependent upon you.
That's good.
Right? That I have to come all the time. I can, in between visits and adjustments, I am a stable and happy person. And I see this transition in myself as a professional as well, in that as I heal from the inside out and as my nervous system heals, I truly have had this neurological disease dogging me all these years. It was like having a burden lifted off of my shoulders, and now I've become a leader so that other people who are unwell have begun to follow me in my path to healing. And it's amazing, isn't it, how your influence and you and Dr. Barry just really working side by side with me has touched other lives through me, in my family, in the larger circles of people that I work with and minister to. And that is one of the greatest things, is that your technique has snowballed in my life and into other people's lives. So for that, I am truly grateful.
Thank you, Angeline. It has been an honor working with you.